Six Nigerians get Niger Republic's highest civilian award. Federal government says that Abuja Kaduna train won't run till all kidnapped victims are free. Senate leadership met with service chiefs over security crisis rocking the country. And in business news, Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority begins economic financial audits of 8 domestic airlines. On international news, Ghanaian president insists it's time for Africa to get reparations. And on sports news, Nigeria missed out as Ghana, Kenya, Cameroon, South Africa qualify for men's 100-meter final. Hello there and thanks for joining us. That was the headlines for Standard Voice Television News. I am Rahma Ibrahim Bisa with the news and details. To mark the Independence Day commemorated on August 3rd, the Republic of Niger, Wednesday honored 6 Nigerians. Among those honored were 2 presidential aides, 2 businessmen and 2 state governors with their national honors in recognition of their roles in the promotion of better relations between the 2 states. Among those honored were 2 presidential aides, 2 businessmen and 2 state governors with their national honors in recognition of their roles in the promotion of better relations between the 2 sister states. The day is set aside to mark the nation's independence from France in 1960 and since 1975 has been recognized as Tree Planting Day, as trees are planted across the nation to aid the fight against desertification. For more on the story, Samira Ibrahim has more details.
In giving the awards, President Mohamed Bazoum said his country cherished Nigeria as one of its closest neighbors and friends. Those honored from the presidency are the Senior Special Assistant Household and Domestic Affairs to the President, Sarki Abba, and the State Chief of Protocol, Ambassador Lawal Kazauri. Businessmen who received the honors are Alhaji Aliko Dangote, President of Dangote Group, and Abdul Salam Rabi'u, President B.U.A Group, and the 2 governors were Alhaji Badaru Abubakar Jigawa and Muhammad Bello Matawali of Zamfara State. They were awarded the Order of Merit of Niger, Great Master of National Awards. In various citations read by the country's leader, President Bazoum praised the efforts of brother Nigerians who had made great strides in increasing understanding between the 2 nations and for acting as agents of social and economic development. The chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum and Governor of Kebbi State, Abubakar Bagudu, was one of those who graced the occasion. In a related development, Governor Bello Muhammad Matawalem Maradu Nigeria's National Award was on security. President Bazoum said Governor Bello Matawali was recognized by the Republic of Niger for his immense contribution towards checking transborder crimes and terrorism, which has helped so much in securing the country and neighboring northwestern state of Nigeria. It was particularly noted that Governor Bello Matawali is the first governor in Nigeria who expressed his worry to the Nigerian government over the free flow of weapons trafficking through that country into the northwestern state of Nigeria, including Zamfara State. Governor Matawali was equally the governor who practically demonstrated and translated his concern to action by not only paying several visits to Niger to share intelligence support, but also donated 5 brand new Hilux vans to the country for border patrol. Governor Matawali's special effort assisted the Niger Republic to arrest more than 40 notorious arms and ammunition dealers inside Niger Republic whose destination of nefarious activities is mostly Nigeria. That's the report. Samira Ibrahim reporting for SVTV.
The General Officer commanding 82 Division Nigerian Army, Major General Taurid Lagbaja, has honored 4 soldiers serving in the division for their diligence while performing their duties. The honored soldiers, Staff Sergeant Amadou Simon, Sergeant Oyimbo Emmanuel, Corporal Mbanaso Isaac, and Private Ibrahim Lawal, who were honored during an event held on Tuesday, 2nd August at Abakpa Cantonment, Enugu. Each received a brand new motorcycle in addition to letters of commendation from the GOC. For more on the story, Kulsum Muhammad reports.
While making the presentation to the soldiers,
Major General ABUJA described their conduct as commendable and exemplary and noted that the soldiers' assiduousness in ensuring the hygiene of the various portions of the cantonment assigned to them was impressive, and he charged other soldiers of the division to emulate the exemplary conduct of the honorees. The General Officer Commander disclosed that the 4 motorcycles presented to soldiers was a symbol of appreciation for their outstanding conduct and therefore enjoined them not to relent in their duties even if they thought nobody is observing. Each of the 4 awarded soldiers were drawn from various units of the division and were picked after a careful observation of their conduct over a period. Umukuthum Muhammad reporting for SVTV News. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board has fixed Saturday, 6th August 2022 for the 2022 mop of UTME. All candidates who could not sit the 2022 UTME due to fingerprints peculiarities, technical or biometric challenges are directed to check their eligibility and print mop-up notifications on JAMB website on 2022 mop-up slip, printing then the insert registration number to print. Candidates are to note that there would not be given any such opportunity again under any guise, as there will be no other mop-up. As such, the board urges candidates to immediately proceed to check their eligibility and do the needful. The leadership of the Senate has met with the service chiefs over the security crisis in the country. Present at the meeting were the Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Naval Staff, Chief of Air Staff, Director General Department of State Security Service, and a representative of the National Security Advisor. The bipartisan closed-door meeting is aimed at reviewing the current security strategies and discuss new solutions. For more on the story, Aminat Kabir Sarki reports.
Speaking at the commencement of the meeting, Senate President Ahmad Lawan said the security challenges have lingered and the Senate had hoped that the situation would have been better. Senator Lawan said the situation is frightening, adding that there is nowhere to hide or go. He stressed that it is dire at this time to come up with an effective solution, as the crisis is dislocating where the head of government is situated. Senator Lawan, while noticing that security agencies are doing their best, stressed that more can be done. Responding, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Irabo, said a lot is being done to improve security. General Irabo emphasized that the troops are still committed to the cause, adding that no one is leaving any stone unturned in addressing the problem. The meeting between the Senate and the service chiefs comes a few days after members of the National Assembly threatened to impeach President Muhammadu Buhari if he fails to properly tackle the security crisis in the country within 6 weeks. Amina Kabir Sarki reporting for SVTV News.
The National Broadcasting Commission on Wednesday imposed a 5 million naira fine on MultiChoice Nigeria Limited, owners of DSTV and Trust TV, for broadcasting documentaries. It said glorified the activities of bandits and undermines national security in Nigeria. NTA Star Times Limited and Telecom Satellite Limited were also fined 5 million naira each. For more on the story, our correspondent Rafia Menasara reports.
The National Broadcasting Commission, in a statement signed by its Director General Balar Beshehu Ilela, said it has imposed a 5 million naira sanction each on MultiChoice Nigeria Limited, owners of DSTV, Telecom Satellite Limited, NTA StarTime Limited, for the carriage of the documentary by the BBC Africa Eye titled Bandit Warlords of Zamfara, which glorified the activities of bandits and undermines national security in Nigeria. Trust TV Network Limited was also fined 5 million naira for its documentary titled Nigerians Banditry, The Inside Story, while appreciating the need of educating, informing, and enlightening the public on issues bordering on development and happening within and outside the country. The Commission wishes to seize the opportunity to advise broadcasters to be circumspect and deliberate in the choice and carriage of content deleterious to Nigerian national security. In its section, the International Press Center, Lagos, Nigerian, says it meanwhile that the National Broadcasting Commission has slammed a hefty fine of 500 million on Trust TV. IPC had issued a statement warning the federal government to refrain from constituting itself to accuser, the prosecuting, and the judge in its own case. Rafia Menasara reporting for SVTV News.
Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment, a World Bank-supported project, has offered education support to an 11-year-old girl, Saratu Garba Azumi from KANO, with mathematical skills. The primary 4 pupil who stopped school over a year ago, she said she got the foundation of her skills from her mathematics teacher. Reports gathered that the story of Saratu's prowess in arithmetics and her ability to provide mathematical solutions had gone viral on social media platforms. Sequel to the viral video clip, many people had marveled at her prowess and ability to solve mathematical questions without using calculator or non-formulas. The Deputy Director, Information, KANO State Ministry of Education, said that the project's national office had directed its KANO office to identify the girl and enroll her in school. A higher Sharia court sitting in Zafe has on Tuesday perfected a divorce between one Alhaji Musa Zafe with his granddaughter Hajia Wasila Isa after bearing 8 children. Zafar State Hizbah Commission sometimes dragged the couple to the courts after it was discovered that the marriage was instituted illegally. Ruling on the matter, Justice Bashir Mahir said after hearing both parties, the court has come to the conclusion that the wedding has contradicted the teaching of Islam. The judge said the wedding has contravened the provision of verse 73 of a Quranic chapter, Suratul Nisa'i. Police in the Federal Capital Territory have commenced raids on untended bushes and abandoned structures within the city centers and suburbs. Police spokesperson Josephine Adi disclosed this in a statement on Wednesday. While debunking reports about the existence of kidnappers' hideouts within the FCT, she said residents will in the coming days witness heavy visibility policing. The raid comes barely 24 hours after the police promised to embark on intelligence gathering and intelligence-led raids, among other security measures. She urged the good people of the territory to be well informed, exercise calm, bearing in mind that it is the police at work, to eschew the promulgation of panic and erupting news with misplaced facts, and to support the police with useful information. The arrested persons will be screened and profiled, while erring parties will be charged to court. The federal government has confirmed that it approved the purchase of vehicles worth 1.4 billion naira for neighboring Niger Republic to tackle insecurity. The Minister of Finance, Budgets and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, gave the confirmation on Wednesday, explaining that providing intervention to the neighboring Niger Republic is not new, and it is the prerogative of President Muhammadu Buhari, who approved the purchase. According to her, President Buhari, whose action she cannot question, has the right to make his own assessments of situations and give directives accordingly. She added that the financial support, which is primarily for the purpose of enhancing capacity to protect their territory based on a request by the Nigerian government, is also in the best interest of the country. The federal government on Wednesday said the Abuja-Kaduna rail line will not resume until all those kidnapped by bandits in March are rescued and reunited with their families. The Minister of Transportation, Mr. Muazu Sambu, disclosed this during an inspection visit to the Idu and Kubwa train stations in Abuja. He said the federal government is deploying advanced technologies to rail services across the country to forestall similar security breaches. For more on this story, Samira Ibrahim has more details.
An Abuja-Kaduna train was attacked on March 28, leading the death or an abduction of more than 50 passengers. On Tuesday, 5 of the abducted passengers regained their freedom, bringing the total number of released victims to 37. However, about 35 passengers remain in the captivity of the bandits. The families of the abducted passengers have led several protests demanding the government to facilitate the release of their loved ones. They also protested initial plans by the government to reopen the Abuja-Kaduna route. Many of those released appear to have regained their freedom in exchange for ransom to the bandits, security experts believed. The federal government has said it will not negotiate with terrorists. In a related development, the Nigerian Railway Corporation has suspended train services on Lagos, Abuja and KANO routes due to insecurity in the country. This was confirmed by the managing director of the corporation, saying that the decision followed a report of an attempted kidnapping of passengers that left Ajaokuta station by road on their way to Abuja. That's the report. Samira Ibrahim reporting for SBTV News.
And let's seek our business news with Amina Kabir Sarki.
Audio Jungle.
Thank you, Rama Ibrahim, and a business update. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority says it is carrying out economic and financial audits of the remaining 8 domestic airlines in the country. Captain Musa Nuhu, the Director General NCAA, during an interview with journalists in Lagos on Wednesday, said that the aim was to determine the health conditions of the airlines. Reports gathered that the number of scheduled domestic operators went down last week from 10 following the suspension of 2 airlines. He said that the regulatory body was already carrying out intensive financial and economic audits on 3 other indigenous airlines, while the remaining will be done in batches. While aero contractors voluntarily suspend its operations, NCAA grounded the service of GHANAIAN following its alleged failure to run safe operations. He said the remaining 8 scheduled airlines are Air Peace, Arik Air, Max Air Green Africa, United Nigeria, Overland, Asman Air, and Ibom Air. The NCAA boss decried the current difficult operating environment for operators, which was further escalated by the scarcity of foreign exchange and high price of Jet A1. He, however, said that NCAA will not relegate safety to the background. That's all for business updates. I'm Aminat Kabir Sarki. Thank you for watching and keep watching Standard Voice.
Thank you, Amina Kabir Sarki. And on international news.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Ghanaian president insists that it's time for Africa to get reparations. He also complained that all the owners of enslaved Africans received reparations to the tune of 20 million pounds sterling, but enslaved Africans themselves did not receive a penny, adding that Africa deserves a formal apology from the European nations. Native Americans have received and continue to receive reparations. Japanese American families who were incarcerated in internment camps in America during World War II received reparations. Jewish people, 6 million of whom perished in the concentration camps of Hitlerite Germany, received reparations, including homeland grants and supports. Speaking at the reparation and racial healing, President Akufo-Addo said these reparations were long overdue and needed to be intensified. And for sports updates, over to Omokosu Muhammad.
Thank you, Rahma Ibrahim. And now in sports. None of the Nigeria's representatives qualified for the final in the 100 meters at the ongoing Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. In the first semi-finals, Nigeria's Godson Ogenebrume finished 9th in a race won by South Africa's Akani Simbine, while Australia's Rohan Browning was second, with the two progressing to the final. Favour Ashe featured in the second semi-finals but finished 3rd, which was not enough to guarantee qualification to the final. Ashe was beaten to the top 2 qualification spots by Ferdinand Omayala of Kenya and Emmanuel Eseme of Cameroon. And in the 3rd semi-finals, Raymond Ekewo did not fare any better after coming 7th to miss out. Nathaniel Blake of England, Jeremiah Azu of Wales, Benjamin Azamati of Ghana, and Yupun Abekun of Sri Lanka all advanced to the finals after ending the race 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th respectively. Still in sports, Argentina, Chile, Uruguay, and Paraguay have launched a joint bid to host the 2030 FIFA World Cup. The CONMEBOL nations are aiming to bring the quadrennial tournament home, as Uruguay hosted and won the very first edition of the World Cup in 1930. Uruguay defeated Argentina 4-2 in the final of the 1930 World Cup at the Montevideo Estadio Centenario. CONMEBOL President Alejandro Dominguez suggested it was time to bring the event back to South America. He said there will be more World Cups, but the World Cup only turns 100 one time and it needs to come home. Chile and Argentina also hosted the World Cup in 1962 and 1978 respectively. The European duo of Spain and Portugal have already declared their intentions to host the 2030 World Cup. The United Kingdom and Republic of Ireland have rescinded their decision to bid for the hosting rights of a aforementioned tournament and have diverted their attention to bidding for the 2028 European Championship. And that's all we have in sports updates for today. Kulthum Mohammed saying thanks for watching. Do have a nice day. Keep watching Standard Voice Television.
Thank you, Kulthum Mohammed. And that has been the news from Standard Voice Television News. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. 6 Nigerians get Niger Republic's highest civilian award. Federal government says that ABUJA Kaduna train won't run till all kidnapped victims are free. Senate leadership met with service chiefs over security crisis rocking the country. And in business news, Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority begins economic financial audits of 8 domestic airlines. On international news, Ghanaian president insists it's time for Africa to get reparations. And on sports news, Nigeria missed out as Ghana, Kenya, Cameroon, South Africa qualify for men's 100-meter final. That was a recap for the major headlines in Standard Voice Television News. I am Rahma Ibrahim Bisa. Have a nice day.